Welcome, champions, to the next overview and tier list ranking, where we talk about the new release or the rework of a champion and rank them in my overall tier list for every champion in the game. Today we're in the middle of an event, which means, and it often does, that we're talking about a reworked champion. This time around we have Yorven, the chaotic neutral, barbarian druid, Haringan, in seat 10. And let's be real, he was in dire need of a rework. First off, he attacks with his ferocious maul, where he'll leap to the nearest enemy, pinning it in place and attacking it once every second for 5 seconds. And then his ultimate will shape him into a shadow mastiff-like creature for 30 seconds. During this time, his attack cooldown is reduced by 2.5 seconds, and his damage will be increased. Now let's get into his formation abilities, because that's where the juice is for this character. Ragtag Team. Yorven will increase the damage of all champions in the formation for each unique species in the formation, stacking multiplicatively. And yes, this does count any race feats that are included with the champions you use. This is a pre-stack scaling ability, which is always something important to note. He increases the damage of Ragtag Team with Down the Rabbit Hole, where Yorven increases the effect of it for every adventure, variant, and patron variant you have completed in the Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign, which stacks multiplicatively. So this is like Crux or Ren. And because he's tied to Witchlight, he also has Witchlight Hand, where he can be used in any Wild Beyond the Witchlight campaign adventure or variant, even if he would not normally be available due to various variants and restrictions. Now, we didn't talk about his roles yet, so let's talk about that now. He is now a DPS, support, and control, and he can also gain the debuff tag, depending on specialization picks. He furthers his own damage with Blood Fury Tattoo, where he gains a Blood Fury stack for each enemy that has been damaged in the current area. His damage is increased by 100% for each Blood Fury stack, stacking multiplicatively. Bosses provide 15 stacks when they are damaged, and this caps at 25 stacks. And keep in mind, this is when anyone damages an enemy, not just Yorven. He also has a bit of survivability in Danger Sense, where all champions take less damage from attacks, but more importantly, Ragtag Team is increased by 500% each time Yorven's max health is doubled, stacking multiplicatively, and is going to serve as an excellent way to further scale up Ragtag Team. Speaking of scaling up Ragtag Team, we have his specializations. With Hunger for Blood, Yorven's damage will be flat increased, and if an enemy dies while he is attacking it with his primary base attack, he will immediately leap to another enemy and begin attacking that one. This adds 1 additional stack to Ferocious Maul each time it triggers, so your boy can be slapping around quite a bit. Then he has Eldritch Claw Tattoo. Each time Yorven attacks during Ferocious Maul, again his primary base attack, an inky tendril of Eldritch energy shoots out and zaps a random enemy, dealing 1 second of Bud damage. The amount is increased if Yorven is the Bud setting champion. If no enemies are on screen though, this ability will do nothing. Follow the Mad Rabbit will increase his Ragtag Team by 50% for each Blood Fury stack Yorven has. And then lastly, he has Infectious Fury. Yorven gains the debuff roll, and any enemy attacked takes additional damage from all champions each time it attacks a member of the formation, which stacks multiplicatively and up to 25 times. Now, what about his equipment and feats? Because of that pre-stack, his equipment scaling is pretty good. To start, he has all champ damage. His equipment 2 goes to Ragtag Team, which is the pre-stack scaling. 1 for the effect of Danger Sense. 1 for all of his specializations, 1 for Down the Rabbit Hole, and 1 for Ultimate Attack cooldown. So a pre-stack and plenty of ways to scale up that pre-stack. His feats are kinda standard for what you would expect at this point. Obviously, you're going to be looking for ways to stack his Ragtag Team, as that's his pre-stack. But one of them is currently locked behind the shop, but we will have access to it after that, after 90 days. And keep a lookout for his Charisma increasing score, which makes him available for Zariel. Now, what about his achievements and adventure variants? His achievement will require Yorven to attack and kill 20 enemies in 1 attack, meaning you're gonna have to take that specialization that maintains his attacks. For his first variant, Yorven starts in the formation and cannot be moved or removed. 3 ravens will appear in each area. These ravens do not drop gold, nor do they count towards quest progression. Every 10 areas, an additional raven spawns with the swarm, capped at 50 ravens. Overall, this will be pretty easy for everybody, just be aware when you get deep enough there's gonna be a lot of ravens spawning right away. His second variant does not even require him in the formation, but it will make it to where in every boss area, a vicious rabbit boss enemy appears. It must also be defeated in order to progress, but also gold find is reduced by 99%, and only champions with a dexterity of 14 or higher can be used. So the dexterity restriction is kind of the big thing here, so just keep in mind you're gonna have to be using high dex champions. In the third, a Wraith escorts the formation, increasing the base attack cooldown of each adjacent champion by 4 seconds. But if Yorven is in the formation, your choice, the increase is only 2 seconds. But enemies will also move 200% faster. Realistically, this isn't that bad of a lockout, it's one of the easier tier 3s we've seen in a while. So what about his availability? Just looking at his ability scores will kind of highlight his only big glaring problem, his intelligence. He's dumb, which will keep him out of Strahd and of course the intelligence Day 1 Trials lockout. He is however also unavailable for Mert, as he is neutral, not good or evil. But those are his 3 restrictions if you're taking into consideration his charisma feat. So what about this bunny?
Put the bunny back in the box.
Overall, he's really good. His main buff, Ragtag Team, is an incredibly well-scaling ability that really benefits from item levels. We're looking at the game's first ever, keep up with me here, pre-stack ability paired with a campaign stacking ability. Yes, we've had Karlach, we've had Crux, we've had Gale, etc., but none of their abilities that are scaled by them are pre-stack. So we have a pre-stack campaign scale, boom, first one ever, and it's really good. So invest in this boy if you think you can fit him in your formations, and his availability isn't the greatest, but it's not bad. At the end of the day, his damage negation mechanic is honestly nothing, but it serves as another way to also increase Ragtag Team. I think he's going in the A+. Thanks for dropping in and checking out this video. Let me know what you think of Yorven in the comments. Hit that like, sub, and bell for me. And more importantly than anything else, have a hell of a time out there, champion.
Why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box?